Tiffany Straton gets her first title defense, clean win over Bayley. We have another match set for Saturday night's main event. Solo Sikoa all of a sudden has no words. All kinds of things happen on tonight's episode of Smackdown, which aired live from San Diego, California. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Hi there, my little demons and divas and demonites. Bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. ¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Estamos activados, estamos encendidos. It is I, Isa, aka the Demon Diva and the Big Dog. And we are here to just briefly talk about tonight's episode of SmackDown and what we thought about it, highs and lows and all of that in between. I will start by saying I thought this week's episode paced a lot better than last week's episode. I struggled through last week's episode. I don't know if it felt a little bit, I don't want to say phoned in, but it was anyway. Anyways, before I get into SmackDown, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, comment, share, do all of the things that really help support the channel. And it's all free. You can do it for free. Like, try it. Try it right now. I bet you it's not going to cost you anything. Now, if you want to support the channel even further, consider hitting the join button and becoming a Demonite. You have access to exclusive emotes to use during the live streams. That's right. I go live for Raw, NXT, Dynamite, SmackDown, PLE. So just talk about SmackDown because that's what I want to do before I wrap up my evening because I just got done watching it. So it's very fresh in my mind. And I want to start with a big high. I love the way the show opened because it started with the commentary team walking through the arena and through the crowd, making their way onto the commentary team, and I like the commentary table, and I like the idea of them playing around, you know, with how they open. They have a little bit of extra time. Why not play around and not just start with the typical, you know, it just felt different, and I liked that. It was a big high for me. Then we go into the normal video packages of the wrestlers arriving at the arena, etc. The show kicks off by hitting the music of Rey Mysterio, San Diego legend. The show is in San Diego. It only makes sense. Of course, he gets a big reaction, long entrance because he's saying hi to everybody. I love how Rey Mysterio has those moments ringside with the kids wearing the mask and all that. I'm always a big fan of that. That it always gets an automatic high for me. And Rey Mysterio just comes out and declares himself for the Rumble. Yet another Royal Rumble winner, another main event caliber talent has now entered the Rumble. So now we're talking Roman Reigns, we're talking John Cena, we're talking CM Punk, we're talking Seth Rollins, we're talking Drew McIntyre, we're talking Rey Mysterio. 6 people who have declared for the Rumble. All of them have possibility of winning. Okay, maybe 5 of them, because CM Punk has never won a Rumble. Anyway, of course, as he's talking about how he would like to win the Rumble, he gets interrupted by Kevin Owens, who comes out. Of course, he has his title because he's the champion. And he talks about how much he respects Rey Mysterio, and I actually really like where he was going with this. But Kevin Owens then says, if you win the Rumble, I beg you to call me out as the champion you would like to face at WrestleMania. Bro, that popped me. That popped me. And Rey is like, listen, if you win at the Rumble, because we all know that Kevin Owens has a title match, a ladder match against Cody Rhodes at the Rumble, he says, hey, if you win at the Rumble, then I'll gladly choose you. And Kevin Owens talks about how he respects Rey Mysterio. This is a dream match. He's never had a one-on-one match, and he would love for that to happen at WrestleMania. We later on get the match on the show. You try to tell me that this is a WrestleMania caliber worthy match on the beginning of the show, but then you're just gonna give it to me right now just because. I think that's a little bit of a low for me, you know. So, but that's just me nitpicking. Rey Mysterio tells Kevin Owens that he reminds him of Dominic, and Kevin Owens gets very offended by that as he's walking away. He's like, I am not Dominic. A backstage segment with Naomi and Bianca, and Bianca said, you really have no leads over who took out Jade? Oh, I am here for the mystery. It's like a murder mystery in WWE television, and I'm intrigued by it. I've had like 5 suspects so far. Like at first I thought it was Liv Morgan, then I thought it was Nia Jax, then I thought it was Bayley. Now I think it might be Bianca or Naomi. So I am here for them trying to figure out. And Jade even went out to tweet, you sure? Which makes you wonder, Jade, tell us what you know. Spill the tea, sis. We go from that to the tag team match. It was a non-title match, if I'm not mistaken, between Candice LeRae and Nia Jax against Bianca Belair and Naomi, which I thought this match slapped. I thought this match a lot. Before the match started, we see we see Cody Rhodes backstage, and he talks to Nick Aldis, and he tells him, "Hey, I have an addendum. I have an addendum for you to sign." He refuses to sign it until Kevin Owens sign it, which I think rightfully so. He is the champ, and he should get the challenger to sign it first. For once, I kind of agree with Cody on that. And like I said, we go into the match, which I thought was absolutely great. Really, really thought these women cooked. The crowd was into it. It was a hot match. I thought Nia Jax looked incredible. And all of these women vibe so well. That might be because we've seen them face each other in all kinds of different versions of this match a lot. But that didn't bother me because the in-ring action was great. This was a big high for me. Hot match to open up the show, and all the women look great. Big high. We see Byron Saxton go interviewing Bayley, and to me, this was also a great moment in the show, a high, because Bayley took accountability for how she's not happy with how her last title reign went. And I was like, that's refreshing. You know what I mean? No excuses, no nothing. She did mention, hey, Tiffany Straton made my title reign shorter because of her interference at SummerSlam. That's when Bayley lost the title. We never seen Tiffany Straton and Bayley on a one-on-one, and they're hyping it up. It is the main event for this evening. I really like this segment from Bayley. After that, we go into Jimmy Uso against him, Carmelo Hayes, who threw some crazy shade on social media at Jimmy Uso. I love the way that Carmelo Hayes uses his social media. I talked about WrestleMania 40. If you know, you know. So I love this match. Carmelo Hayes can just put on a great match against anybody, but I thought Jimmy looked really good here. Again, this is the second match in a row that I really feel like everybody involved in it looked great. However, this match didn't have a finish. I guess Jimmy Uso wins by disqualification because Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga come out and they just start fucking everything up. They start fucking everything up and it goes into a DQ. My favorite part here is that after they take out Jimmy, who they were really after, Melo, instead of getting the hell out of there, he like starts hyping them up and Jacob Fatu fucking takes him out too. Jacob is pissed and you can just see it in his face. Solo comes out, and in the preview for the show they had told us that Solo was gonna address the crowd, and obviously, you know, he's no longer the fake tribal chief, so I thought he was big here. But he didn't. He just walked away and he gives the mic to Jacob, who then starts cutting a promo, and it was intense. Jacob Fatu scares me a lot. But they get interrupted by LA Knight's music, and this is a low for me because I thought they made Jacob and Tama Tonga look stupid when they're just doing the whole waiting for him to come out of the ramp, and LA Knight attacks them from behind. And to even things out, Braun Strowman comes out to help out LA Knight, and now at Saturday night's main event, we're gonna get Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. I'm excited every time we get a singles match with Jacob Fatu. I'm not sure that Braun Strowman was on top of the list of people that I want to see, but it's not bad, and it's a match that we get at Saturday night's main event, so yay. Then we go into Los Lobos Locos, Los Garza against Motor City Machine Gun. I gotta tell you something. I haven't been able to connect with Motor City Machine Gun since I got here. I wasn't too familiar with them before. I don't know if I'm the only one that's feeling that way, but I didn't like it. And then at the end of this match, which it wasn't a bad match by any means, I just don't feel invested in the storyline going. Then Pretty Deadly gets involved. Like, they're a distraction. They don't necessarily interfere, but they're a distraction. And that helps Motor City Machine Gun get the win. And 2 matches back to back with distraction, somewhat of a distraction or somebody else becoming involved finish. Not a big fan of that. A segment earlier on in the evening where Chelsea Green was backstage and Piper, Niven, and B-Fab exchange words. And B-Fab is like, I'm not afraid of you. We'll handle this in the ring. And so they did. And I love seeing B-Fab being utilized. The last time we saw her get an opportunity in the United States title tournament, I thought she was great, so it's fun to see them using her again. However, Piper gets an easy win here at the end of the match. After Piper win, they start beating up B-Fab, and Michin comes out to make the save. I really hope we're not going into a Michin and Chelsea Green like long ass feud for the United States Championship, because I love both of these women, but I've seen this just way too many times. But overall, fun to see B-Fab being utilized and fun to see Piper get a win. A dominant win, as she should. Stage, we see Byron Saxton interviewing Tiffany Straton. all great there. Tiffany, of course, says it's Tiffy time. You get it. They're on the main event. Her and Bayley are on the main event on their title match, so I love the backstage segments to kind of hype that up. Of course, like I said, after their opening segment interaction, we do get Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. It's the first time we've seen them go one-on-one. They told us in the opening segment this match is so good that it could be happening at WrestleMania, but somehow we get it here. I think it was a little bit messy, but it's not in a way that I minded. I didn't think it was bad. But yeah, so Kevin Owens gets the win. He hits the pop-up powerbomb, and after the victory, he starts pretending, oh, I still respect you, I still respect you. And I thought he was being for real because of the promo that he cut earlier. Stupid me, because when he goes to shake Ray's hand, he starts beating him up, and when he goes to pick him up for the package pile driver, Cody comes out to make the save. And of course, it's a pull-apart brawl like we always get between these two. Couple of like segments backstage, and of course we had our usual is that my phone telling me it's bedtime? It is. We had our usual Apollo Crews get beat up by someone backstage. This time it was Johnny Gargano. We also get a video package for a return of Charlotte Flair. I love that we're starting to tease. I wish they didn't though. For me at this point, any surprises, any returns, any debuts, save them for the Rumble. But if these people can win the Rumble, I guess it's better to hype them up this way. But there's a way to make people look strong in the Rumble without them necessarily winning the Rumble. But I'm excited to see Charlotte Flair being teased, and I can't wait to see her back. Also, we get that video package about the Tiffany Straton cashing where your girl made a cameo on SmackDown. Oh, it's always exciting. I've been doing reactions for a long time. WWE has used my reaction on multiple occasions, but it never doesn't feel excited. We go into our main event, and this match cooked, but San Diego sucked. I'm sorry, that crowd was terrible. They were not popping for anything here, and both of these women were taking each other to the limit. Before the match starts, we see Roxanne Perez in the crowd, and you guys know that Roxanne and Bayley had a little bit of an interaction, so I was like, great, another involvement at the end of the match, and Roxanne's gonna cost Bayley the title. That's not what happened. So at one point, Bayley does walk up to her and start talking some shit to Roxanne, but that doesn't have anything to do. Tiffany Straton gets a very clean victory. Her first title defense, very clean victory over Bayley in an excellent match. They went into the very last second. This was fun. A lot of great false finishes, a lot of great counters. Got a little bit weird at the end, but nothing to like really criticize about. I thought this was great. I liked it. I actually like this episode of SmackDown, but I've been drinking beer, so you never know. I mean, maybe the bar is low because I'm comparing it to last week's episode of SmackDown. But this 3-hour SmackDown always worried me, and this one pays better. The first one that they did pays very good. Last week's was not fun, and this week's I thought pays better. The in-ring was great. The stories is just a little bit of more of the same. I don't think they're building anything new outside of Jacob and Braun Strowman, but that felt very random just to put something on Saturday night's main event because somebody must have told them, hey, we haven't made any match for this show. So now we have two matches on the card. We had Jey Uso versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, and now we had Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. Let me know in the comments. Man, I sped through this fucking review. Let me know in the comments down below. What was your favorite part of tonight's SmackDown? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Am I being too nice to it? Overall, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I was entertained. I have fun. And I think the chat had fun too watching it. Alright, guys. That is all for your SmackDown review. Until next time. Adios. Mwah.